are not using this one. Okay. If you implement interface, all methods you have to override. Whether required or not, you must override all methods. That is the reason we are not going to use that one. Second one, by extending generic solid. Then how many method mandated to override? One method. Which method? Service method. Third one, by extending HTTP solid. Now, if you extend generic solid, if you extend HTTP solid, difference is, if you extend HTTP solid, it is subclass. Subclass services you can access, superclass service you can access. That is the reason we are going to use HTTP solid. Okay. So instead of generic solid, HTTP solid is best option. But HTTP solid, there is no method mandatory. You have to select whichever you want. But how to select? That is I'm explaining, not completed. Okay. See, yesterday I given like this: solid, generic solid, HTTP solid. Okay. So my solid. No, it is my solid. No. Solid interface inherited in generic solid. Generic solid inherited in HTTP solid. HTTP solid inherited in my solid. These are predefined. One is our class. Okay. Here, now these methods, 5 abstract methods are there. Here, 1 abstract method. These 2 not required. Now we are going to use this part. Okay. Here, 4 methods are there. 4 methods are there. Service method is there, which takes solid request, solid response. Another service method is there, which takes HTTP solid request, HTTP solid response. So first service method is called lifecycle service method. Second service method is called non-lifecycle service method. Third method, do get. Fourth method, do post. Okay. Now, suppose in my system, in my solid, do get, I'll override. So this method I'm overriding here. Okay. Now, suppose get type request comes. Get type request comes to my solid. Now one get type request comes to my solid. Get type request came. When get type request comes, first what it will do, it will check for lifecycle service method in a my solid. It is there. Then where it will check? HTTP solid. Is there? Yes. It is called. After calling, it will call non-lifecycle service. Okay. Now what it will do? It checks the request type. Which type of request came? Then which method called? Do get. Here HTTP solid do get called or my solid do get called? My solid do get called. It is called. So this is called, this is called, this is called. But at last our do get method called. Okay. Suppose post type request came. Assume post type request came. First which method called? Life cycle service. Next, non-life cycle service. Next, where is do post? HTTP solid. So our do get method not called. That is the reason notes I given. Get method, do get method handles only get type requests. Now, for my solid get type request comes, our code is executed. For my solid post type request came. Now our code is not executed. Okay. That is the reason if you want to handle get type request only, you have to override do get. Suppose here, if I override here do post. If I override do post. If I override do post method. Do post method overridden. Okay. Do post method overridden. Get type request came. Assume get type request came. What are the methods called? This service, non-life cycle service, do get. But our program not executed. No? Then get type request not handled. Suppose post type request came. Then What is executed? Service, non-life cycle service. Which do post? My solid do post. Our program executed, no? That's what do post will handle only post type requests. Okay. Suppose this service method I'll override. This service HTTP solid request, HTTP solid response. Now get type request came. Get type request. Then what will happen? Life cycle service. Next, non-life cycle service, either HTTP solid or my solid. My solid. Okay. Then stopped. Now do get is not called. It is our code executed. Our code executed means it is stopped there only. Now post type request came, suppose. Then same executed. First life cycle service, non-life cycle service. That's what I given notes. Service method will handle both get and post type requests. Okay. Suppose I'll override this service method. Life cycle service. Now get type request came. What will happen? Life cycle service. Which one? HTTP solid or my solid? My solid. With this only stop it. Post type request came. Post type request. Then what will happen? Again same. This service method only called. This service method only called. Okay. Now then no difference between generic solid, HTTP solid if you override this method. Now still it is not possible to use redirecting. It is not possible to use session tracking because we are using solid request, solid response. With HTTP solid request only possible. Okay. That's what this is not recommended to override this method. This method you should not override. If you override, then no difference between generic solid, HTTP solid. Okay. Suppose what I'll do is these two methods I'll override. Two methods. Do get. Now do post. I'll override. Suppose get type request came. Get type request came. What will happen? Life cycle service, non-life cycle service, my solid do get. Post type request came. Post type request. What will happen? Life cycle service, non-life cycle service, my solid do post. But if get type request one task, post type request another task, in that situation you can use. Okay. Two different tasks. Get type one task, post type another task. Then two methods override. For both same task, service method override. Like that you have to select. Suppose I'll override all methods. These four methods I'll override. What will happen? Give me answer. All I'll override. Service, solid request, solid response. Service, HTTP solid request, HTTP solid response. Do get, do post. All I'll override. What will happen? Give me answer. Only life cycle service called stopped. Remaining all no use. Because that will not call other method. That service method will call. But this our code. It will be called, it is stopped. If you override four methods also, if you override one method also, no difference. And generic solid also no difference if you do it like that. Okay. That's what. Here only four combinations you have to use. Do get, you can override one way, one combination. One more do post. One more both do get and do post. One more non-life cycle service. Remaining all no use. Okay. Write it. To handle get type requests, to handle get type requests, to handle only get type requests, override do get method. To handle only get type requests, override do get method. So do get, you'll write some code. You'll write some code. Now get type request came. Suppose post type request came. Now get type request came. What will happen? This is entered. Okay, this code executed. Okay, so this is handled. This is not handled. Get type request came, post type request came, but this do get works. For post, not works. Okay, write this one. To handle only get type requests, override do get method. To handle only get type requests, override do get method. So get type request comes, do get method called, but actually directly do get is not called. First superclass lifecycle service, next non-lifecycle service, next do get. Suppose post type request comes, superclass lifecycle, non-lifecycle, then do post, but our program not executed. That's what it will handle only get type requests. Okay. Next, to handle only post type requests, override do post method. To handle only post type requests, override do post method. Now, will it handle get type requests? No. Will it handle post type requests? Yes. To handle only post type requests, override do post method. Okay. Is it over? Next. To handle both get and post type requests, and if the task is same, then override non-life cycle service method. To handle both get and post type requests, and if the task is same, then override non-life cycle service method. service, which will take HTTP Servlet request, HTTP Servlet response. Get type request accepted. Post type request accepted. So get type request also accepted. Post type request also accepted. To handle both get and post type requests, and if the task is same, then override non-lifecycle service method. Is it over? So get also handled, post also handled. But in this case, how this is executed? Give me answer. First of all, lifecycle service, that is in HTTP Servlet. Next, non-lifecycle service, our Servlet, our program. Stop it. Okay. Next, to handle both get and post requests, and if the task is different, then override both do get and do post methods. So do get and do post. It is dynamic binding like runtime polymorphism. Suppose get type request came. It is allowed, but this code executed. Post type request came. Allowed. This type request. So one Servlet only, two different task purpose also you can use. Get type request one code, post type request another code. No need to write if condition also, that is internal. If get type request comes, do get method called. If post type request comes, do post method called. Now these four combinations only you write. If any other, if you write, in these four only comes. Suppose, think yourself and give me answer. If I override other combination, what will happen? See. Now, four I given, no? One is only do get. One is only do post. One more, non-lifecycle service. One more, both do get and do post. Four combinations I given. Is it over? Now, suppose if I override service, okay. Next, if I override do get, next, if I override do post, what will happen if get type request comes? This is called and stop it. If post type request, this is only called and stop it. Then writing these two wasted, no? It is equal to say third combination. Okay, that's what no use. If you write all four methods, if you write equivalent to generic Servlet, that is no use. Then writing HTTP Servlet is waste. Okay. If you override non-lifecycle service and do get, then also non-life cycle service only called. If I write only non-life cycles and do post is not called. If I write life cycle service and do get life cycle service and stop it. That's what remaining combination, no use. Like this, you follow. You want to handle only get type requests. What you have to override? Do get. You want to handle both. If the task is same, service, the task is different. Do get and do post. You want to handle only post, do post. Like that, select. Okay. But in Eclipse, by default, what is coming? You observe. Do get. Now in Eclipse, what is happening? See, if I open Eclipse, if I write one solid program, what will happen? Just you observe. Do get, do post, both will override. You observe. Say some of basics. In these basics, I'll right click. New. I select server solid. I selected solid. Here by default HTTP solid coming now. You observe. Package name basics. Suppose class name my solid. Okay. By default HTTP solid coming, you observe. Okay. Next. Now my solid, leave it that URL pattern. Now here you observe. Do get, do post. Both are coming. That too you observe one more again after generating code also. After generating code also, code you see. Now here do get overridden. Okay. Do post overridden. Suppose get type request comes. Do get called. Post type request comes. Here what is happening? See. Again do get calling. So instead of writing life cycle service, non-life cycle service, this mechanism they given. Suppose you want to handle both. You want to handle both. Task is same. Instead of non-life cycle, this mechanism use they are saying. So now what will happen? Post type request comes. Do post call. Do post what is doing? Do get calling. At last call no. Now post also handled, get also handled. This type they return. Either follow like this, whatever I said, like that also you can follow. Okay. So if both the types of requests you want to handle, if the task is same, this is one more way. Okay. This is like this coming default. Now here to handle both get and post type requests, and if the task is same, then override non-life cycle service method. I said non-life cycle service method, or override do get and do post as follows. That means what you have to do is do get your do post do get your write HTTP solid request, HTTP solid response. Okay. Now here you can write whatever you want. You can write whatever you want. But in do post, what you have to do? Do post HTTP solid request, HTTP solid response. Here from just only one line code. What you have to write? Do get. Here, that request, that response, you pass as a parameters. Now, suppose get type request comes. If get type request comes, what will happen? It is called. It is called, no? It is called. It is not a problem. Directly called. If post type request comes, if post type request comes, okay, post type request comes, what will happen? This code executed. What this code calls this one, no? At last called. Okay. So Eclipse, what is showing like this showing. What I said, I survey life non-life cycle service method I said, or this one also you can use. Write this one also. To handle both get and post type requests, and if the task is same, then override non-life cycle service method or override do get and do post as follows. So instead of writing non-life cycle service, use this concept. That means Eclipse, what is saying, write do get do post only, don't write service. They are Eclipse saying. That means Eclipse environment designed like that. Now at last it is equal to non-life cycle service, no? Now both the requests are handled. It is also handled. It is also handled. So by default, Eclipse is showing like this. It is also okay. Not a problem. But generic solid, if you use, there is no other option. Compulsory life cycle service. No other option. Here, multiple options are there. Understood what I said? Is it clear? To handle only get type requests, what we have to override? Do get. To handle only post type requests, do post. To handle both get and post, task is same. Non-life cycle service are like this. To handle only, to handle both, task is different. Do get, do post. Then this line we have to remove. Task is different. There one task, here one task. Task is same. This do get calling required. Okay. Is it clear? Now it is alternative to non-life cycle service. It is an alternative to non-life cycle service. Okay. This is a concept. Now application part you are going to see. Now our task is this is our task. This is our task. Online students, end of the session, I'll clarify your doubts. Okay. Now, here, HTML programs, homepage.html, login.html, registration.html, these three programs completed. Now we have to write these two programs. First, registration solid, we'll see. In the login, right click, new, solid. Now, package name, suppose login, I'll continue as it is. Class name, reg solid. Okay, reg solid. Now, HTTP solid. Now, by default, HTTP solid, I'm going to continue that one only. URL pattern, already we decided. What is the URL pattern? REG. Already we written in the program, REG. Click OK. Next. Now, which type of request coming from here to here? From here to here, which type of request coming? Post. Already in this program, we written method equal to post. That's what post type request coming. Then which one you have to override? Do post. Then no need of do get. You can write do post. No need of do get. But if we continue also, nothing will happen. It is anyhow that is not called. Okay. Now I'll remove this. Do post, I'll continue. Okay. Only do post. But do post, I'll write. Now our task is, you observe, whatever we enter, that is we have to receive. How to receive? Methods are given. Get parameter names, get parameter values, get parameter map. 4 methods are given. Okay. We have to receive. After receiving, this is we have to store in database. That means you have to establish the connection. JDBC code. JDBC code required. Insert query. We have to write. We have to create table. That task required. After that, we have to display. Now, connection establishment. How many times required? One time or many times? One time or many times? Now, n number of people can register, but count connection establishment how many times required? One time establishment enough. N number of records can be inserted. Connection establishment one time required or many times required? One time. One time required means you have to select init method. But init method how many times called? Very first request. Connection establishment you have to write there. Inside the init method. Init method how many times executed? One time. Whenever first request comes. Then connection established. Task code we are writing in the do post. First request comes. Init called. Do post called. Second request comes. Do post called. Third request comes. Fourth request. Always do post. Connection close code. Where we are to write? Destroy. Connection close you can write there. That is also I'll select. So init, destroy, do post. These 3 I'm selecting. Okay. Finish. Now you observe. Now registration solid. Init method, destroy method, do post method. Okay. Now our task. First our task is receiving request parameters. 1 minute. See. Here, when you click on submit button, registration solid is going to be executed. But here already method equal to post we written. That's what do post we overridden. Here action equal to this solid URL pattern we written. That's what when you click it comes here. Here first we have to receive these 4. First name, last name, username, password. Whatever we written in the HTML program reg.html. Say method equal to post. F name, L name, U name, P word. Now get parameter method I given, no? That is you can call. Here, first you have to receive. Get parameter method in Servlet request. Get parameter method in Servlet request. But here we have HTTP Servlet request because it is sub interface. This is also you should know. Servlet request, HTTP Servlet request. It is sub interface. Servlet request, HTTP Servlet request. Here, Servlet response, HTTP Servlet response. Write these two. So whatever you studied Servlet request, Servlet response, that is you can access with HTTP Servlet request also, because super interface, sub interface. Servlet, now I given methods, get parameter names, get parameter values, get parameter map. 4 methods in Servlet request. Those methods can I access with HTTP Servlet request? Yes. Get writer, get output stream. Those 2 methods in Servlet response. Can I call with HTTP Servlet response? Yes. Using sub interface, super interface method you can access. Okay. You studied. Is it completed? See in the program. No. What we have tried? String method names I given. Get parameter name. These are open. What is the return type of get parameter? See, string. String S1 equal to request dot get parameter. Parameter name is F name. First name accepted. Okay, whatever you enter. Same style. S2. Request dot get parameter. Parameter name L name. See, in HTML program I given F name, L name, no. That one, this one must match. Otherwise, blank page output comes. That error server side displayed. Server console. No. Must match. If it is not matched, error. String S3 equal to request dot get parameter. Parameter name uname. Next. String S4 equal to request dot get parameter. P-word. Okay. You observe reg.html program here. F name, L name, U name, P-word. These names must match here. If it is not matched, program will not compiles syntactically right. Execution time error, that is exception comes, that will not display in the browser window. It will display in server window. Blank page appears. Okay. You have tried properly. If any mistake happened, it doesn't work. Now these 4 we have to insert in database. Receiving request parameters completed. This is we have to store in database. But if you want to store in database, first you have to establish the connection. No? Connection code where we have to write in do post or init. Init if you write how many times executed? Do post if you write how many times? Many times. Every user registration again connection established. That is burden to server. That's what init method you have to write. Here, we have to load the driver. How to load? Class dot for name. Next, what will write? Oracle dot JDBC dot driver dot Oracle driver. Okay, loading a driver completed. Establishing connection. Connection con equal to driver manager dot get connection. Connection, what do you write? Colon Oracle colon 10 colon at local host 1521 XE. Next, system manager. Okay, now like this. Okay, now loaded. Driver loaded, connection established. Okay, connection driver manager available. That's what I imported, but still you are getting error. Try catch blocks. Okay, shortcut keys I didn't explain now. Just after this program, Monday or Tuesday, I'll explain. Okay, shortcut keys, so many shortcut keys are there. Then very quickly you can write Eclipse programs. Okay, I'll explain. Now, shortcut keys. Here first you have to select the text. Select the text. Shortcut keys are there. Try multi-catch or try catch. You can write something. Try multi-catch is selected. Like this, connection established. Over. Okay. Connection is established. Now, this connection variable, connection reference, it is variable. Is it instance variable or class variable or local variable? Can we access in do post? Then what you have to do? Outside you have to declare. Here as a instance variable you have to declare. What you have to write? Connection con. Okay. Connection con. Now it is instance variable. Instance variable, how many ways to access? What are those? Is it valid here? Valid. How it is valid? Implicitly this dot. Here implicitly this present. In Eclipse, it is valid or not valid, immediately you can give answer. That if it is not valid, red color symbol comes. So it is valid only. But how it is valid? Implicitly this dot. Okay. In Eclipse, what will happen? While typing only compiled. Every character compiled. So this implicitly this dot con we can access here. Now with that connection, now we have to insert query, we have to execute. But insert query, if you want to execute, statement, prepared statement, callable statement. Any one interface required? No? Which one required? Statement or prepared statement or callable? Which one? Prepared statement. Values coming dynamically. The values are stored in S1, S2, S3, S4. These values we have to place. Okay. So dynamic queries. Maximum in real time prepared statement required. Okay. Prepared statement. Prepared statement. PSTMT equal to connection reference dot prepare statement. We have to write query. Dynamic query. Dynamic query. What is the table name? uinfo. That table also we have to create. Then outright insert into uinfo values. 4 question marks. First name, last name, username, password. These values you have to fill. How to fill? How to fill? Prepared statement dot set string. First string, first question mark S1. PSTMT dot set string. Second question mark S2. Next, set string. Third question mark S3. PSTMT dot set string. Fourth question mark S4. Now, Set string, set string, set string. It's over. After this, which method you have to call? Execute update. Execute update. Okay. Inserted. Now it is inserted in database. After this message you have to display. No, you have registered successfully. Login hyperlink. You have registered successfully. Login hyperlink. This is as a response you have to send. For that, what you have to write? Print writer. Print writer. Print writer. Response dot get writer. Stream created. pw dot println. You have registered successfully. Okay, you have registered successfully. After this, one hyperlink also required. Login. Login hyperlink. Hyperlink, if you want to write which query required, which tag required? Anchor tag. Okay. Anchor tag. Anchor tag. Hyperlink reference. Login.html. Login hyperlink. Okay. But remaining HTML queries also, HTML tags also you have to write. That's what I'll write here. pw.println HTML body bg color. Whatever you want, you can write later. Cyan text something blue. This is okay. Total content I want center. This is level 1 heading I'll give. Here anchor tag. After this, remaining all you have to close. Center close, body close, HTML close. Say writing HTML code in Soulet little bit complicated. That's what JSP came. That is JSP very simple. And Soulet's also very lengthy. See, already 70 lines. Okay. But JSP, this program in 5-6 lines we can write. Later in framework, that is also no need to write. Ready-made program. Frameworks means ready-made programs. You have to open, you have to customize, you can configure, you have to deploy. That is only Spring Boot. That's what companies are using, Spring Boot only. Now, but without this, it's hard to understand. That is the reason you have to learn compulsory. Now, HTML code, print writer, this whatever is you have registered successfully login, it is completed. Okay. Print writer, we have to override. Again, this is try catch blocks. Alt Shift Z. These all surroundings purpose, one shortcut key. Now it is over. After this, your destroy method, connection close. Connection dot close. But it will throw exception. Okay. Now this is a program. Now it is registration Soulet. Okay. Up to here, I'll run this program. For we have to create table, Oracle database. We have to create a table. Now, 1 minute. Table is there or not? I'll check. Not there. Okay. Now we have to create table. What you have to write? Create table uinfo. F name. Varchar 2. It's about 10 characters. Next. Name. Uname. These names, if you want, you can write different also. But HTML, that one must match. This one, another name also you can write. table created. Okay. Now I'll run this program. Right click, run on server, save. Save here. Homepage.html. Okay. Welcome to Naresh Technologies login registration. I'll click on registration. Whatever you enter. Okay. Now. So whatever you enter, after entering submit button, you click. One error came, reason, connection. Now driver, where it is driver? Driver. OJDBC 8_g.jar file, OJDBC 6_g.jar file. No, that is class path we have to set. Right click, build path, configure build path. Here you can attach. Otherwise, one more option, what you can do, directly this PC, C drive, Oracle XE, app, Oracle, product 11.2.0 server, JDBC, lib. This one directly copy in server. Then for all application applicable. Further, any JDBC program is there, no need to set the class path. This is copied directly in server lib. C drive, program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat, lib. Here you paste. Now it is in server only now. OJDBC 6_g.jar file, I copied in server. When already server configured, no, this is applicable for all applications. Otherwise, one every application you have to set. Directly Tomcat lib. Okay. Now right click, run on server. Now 1 minute, I'll stop the server. I'll restart. It's already started now. I'll restart. Server stopped. Now I'll restart because already one jar file copied. That's what restart required. Now, homepage.html. Okay, registration. If you click submit, see, you have registered successfully. You can check here. Select star from uinfo. Okay. Now, through HTML program, we enter data that is received by Sowlet, that is stored in database. But in this program, you observe, Java code is there. Okay, Java code. It is SQL. Here it is SQL code. It is HTML. 3 languages are there. HTML, Java, SQL. This HTML passed to browser. This SQL passed to database. Java code executed inside the server. So Java code executed inside the server, SQL query passed to database. After executing, this code passed to browser. Browser side executed. So 3 places it is running. Server, database, browser. In real time, server will be in one computer. Database in one more computer. Browser will be one more computer. Server may be in US. Database may be some other location. And browser may be in Hyderabad also. Client to server communication like this. 3 systems it is running. That type program. Okay. This program registration Sowlet. write this program. I'll paste in edit place. I'll remove individual import statements and unnecessary comments. All those things I'll remove. Then you can write. Now here IO exception star I'll write. SQL star. It is solid star. HTTP solid. These all unnecessary comments, all those things I'll remove. These programs I'll share in Google Classroom also. Write the program. Registration solid.java. Now Java program is same for any environment. Tomcat server also, Eclipse, WebLogic server also, WebSphere server also, JBoss server also, Wildfly server also, any environment. Java program is same. This code in Eclipse also, MyEclipse also, NetBeans also, VS Code also, anywhere, same. Java is same. Platform independent, architecture independent, server independent, browser independent, everything independent. Anywhere you can write. Is it init method completed? Not completed. Init method not completed. When destroy method is called? Whenever solid instance is removed. That means whenever undeployed or whenever server shuts down. Then connection closed. They won't shut down. Not required. Always record connection. If any problem occur, they'll shut down. At that time, connection closed. Generally in real time, they won't shut down. 365 days, 24 hours required. Up to init method completed. Destroy method completed. So HTML request parameter names and here must match. So HTML, SQL, Java, 3 language code. HTML, SQL, Java. Java executed in server system, data SQL code executed in database system, HTML browser system. Okay. So this information passed to browser. Whatever we are writing in the println, print writer println. Browser receives this code executed. Is it over? See, still we are tried login solid program. Okay. Now this program again I'll execute. Just you observe. I'll change the browser. Now right click, run on server. Select the server. Finish. Restart the server. Here homepage.html. Say registration. Another user. If I click on submit, it is executed. See, if I right click, if I see view source code, what you are getting? Just HTML, but remaining solid code not appears. SQL code not appears because browser received only this code. I send request to server side executed. This is only passed to browser. That's what browser side we can see only HTML. Okay. Other code we cannot see. Okay. Now, still we have tried one more login solid. This login form login solid we have tried. That is we'll see on Monday. Okay. Online students, 1 minute, one by one, and clarify your doubts. Online student, just 1 minute wait. I'll clarify your doubts one by one. Akhil Kumar, yesterday program you didn't understand. Yesterday didn't teach program, no? Yesterday taught only HTTP solid, generic solid, that one. Non-life cycle Parvesh. Non-life cycle service method, nothing but which takes HTTP solid request, HTTP solid response. Abhishek. Abhishek, this course, it will take still 1 month, minimum 1 month required. Lives Parvesh. Life cycle method means whichever container can understand. Non-life cycle method is container cannot call. Chandrasekhar, right click, select solid. Babita, anchor tag I given properly, /A/A/A/A, that's it. Ashish, connection variable required in the do post also, destroy also. That is the reason I given as instance variable. Banvar, yeah, you can write that code in VS Code also, VS Studio also, VS Code also. Chandrasekhar, Jakarta Solid showing error. Which version you are using? Tomcat. If you did Tomcat 10, Jakarta. If you did up to Tomcat 9, Java X. Arif Sheikh. Another copy. It is network required. Otherwise, you have to copy in deployment real-time server. Harish, yeah, I'll share these programs in Google Classroom also. Abhishek, this course is not going to be completed in this month ending. It will take 1 more month. Venu, here you observe in the registration HTML, in reg.html, action equal, just use it there. Reg.html, here we written action equal to reg. This is a URL pattern of registration solid. Chandrasekhar, Jakarta.solid.htp or write. If it is HTTP solid. Lokesh, code again you want? Again, this is a code. Lalit Joshi, OGDBC 8_g.jar file, you copy into Tomcat lib folder. Himanshu, if you want to develop project with solids also you can develop. Mini project you can develop. No need to wait until completion of advanced Java. You can start. Anthony, yeah, error. If it is inserting time error comes, that is server console is displayed. Shoaib, protected is there. You can write public also because overriding rules. Pawan, we can see the code. Ashish, connection variable, if you declare as an instance variable, you can access in init also, service also, destroy also, everywhere. Chandrasekhar, Jakarta, that is, you have to check your server version. Mahesh, only error coming means how can I understand which error, what error? It is 3. Yeah, you have to copy like this. This C drive, Oracle XE, app, Oracle, product 11.2.0, server, JDBC, lib. This jar file, I copied. This PC, C drive, program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat, lib. In a Tomcat lib folder, you have to copy. Ashish Jena, I explained 3 times. Connection variable required in the init method also, do post also, service also, destroy also. That is the reason instance variable. Local variable scope is within the method only, no? Parvesh Gupta. Already I told you init, service, destroy. These 3 are called lifecycle methods. That means web container knows only these 3. Remaining are non-lifecycle. Chandrasekhar, in your system, maybe module info.java file will be there. That is you delete. It works. Bala Sahib. Yeah, real time. Different servers they'll use. Tomcat, WebLogic. Different companies, maximum WebLogic, Tomcat they'll use. Venu. Will URL pattern must match. Ashish Pandey. Yeah, I'll share this program in Google Classroom also. Pranav, Google Classroom link present. I don't have contact admin. They'll give. Yeah, this program Akshay. This program I'll share in Google Classroom. Sri Shell. Connection program. Yeah, you can write static variable also possible. Different companies, different server they are using. Okay. Iman show. You can develop mini project with only JDBC solets also. No need to wait. Any other doubts? We'll see continuation tomorrow, Monday. We'll see continuation on Monday.